how does somebody from Nepal end up as the CEO of this larger than life company? I think that's something so incredible. So love to dive into that. Share a little bit about your childhood or youth growing up in Nepal. How is that?
Absolutely. Look, Nepali. I was born in Nepal, in Kathmandu, actually. And family is from Sangha, a village in Sangha, right? Like my dad and mom, they moved to Kathmandu. And I was born in Kathmandu, went to school for the most part in Kathmandu, and then in India finally where I graduated with my +2. So I've lived both in Nepal and India for a significant amount of time. Childhood was really fun. My dad was also a public servant, so that connects me to NTX now, right? My dad was a public servant, and for a part of his career, he was a chief district officer of various different districts in Nepal. And my passion for what I do actually kind of connects to that. There was once, during the thick of Maoism in Nepal, I happened to be in Dolakha, where my dad was the chief district officer. And there was a lot going on, right? I don't know. I was silly. I had just finished my +2. I was 17 years old, maybe 16, 17 years old. I was getting ready to go to the US. I was doing the usual thing that all of us do, TOEFL and SAT and all of that. But I happened to go to Dolakha to just see my dad. And what I saw there was pretty interesting and revealing for me. I mean, we've seen it. We, as Nepalese, we have experienced that a lot, right? So what I saw there was the service that the chief district office provides to the citizens. One of the important services is Nagarikta, right? Like the citizenship certificate. And I saw people, like really old people, younger people, women, all of them, spending days in front of the CDO office waiting for the administrator with a good heart to find their older Janmadar type of certificate and all of that in a sack of paper that was stored somewhere, rat infested, dhule, all of that, to find their document so that they can reissue or issue their certificate for the first time, or passport, or whatever that may be. That bothered me, right? Because my computer introduced by that. Obviously +2, I had been using computer. I'd been using computer. I'd learned a little bit about software. PC magazine खूब पढ्थेँ. एक दुईवटा Canon infotech पनि गएको थिएँ. I had a few ideas, but I was still young. And when I saw that, I had like, we should be able to solve this very easy, right? Like software बनाउन मिल्छ भन्ने थाहा थियो. अनि यो पुरानो डकुमेन्टलाई स्क्यान गरेर सिम्पल डेटाबेस बनाएर एटलिस्ट सर्च गरेर फाइन्ड गर्न मिल्यो भने स्क्यान गरे हुन्छ त्यो जन्म दर्ता अथवा whatever document they have. अनि simple database बनायो. And find, when they come to get the support, you can just simply search and find. Two idea दिमागमा फुर्यो. And I went into my dad's office and I said, Dad, let's do this, right? And he obviously सरकारी office हो, budget काम आउँछ हैन. I'm like, अनि dadले मलाई सोधेछ तपाईलाई कति चाहिन्छ? अनि मैले 3 लाख भने त्यति बेलाको. त्यति चाहिँ चाहिन्छ दाइ. कम्प्युटर पनि किन्न थियो, कम्प्युटर पनि थिएन बाइ द वे. कम्प्युटर पनि किन्नु पर्ने थियो. 3 लाख इन्भेस्ट गर्नु पर्यो. I took that. He didn't give me cash. He said, all right, we'll give you 3 lakhs. Just go do what you need to do. And this was, I went back to Nepal. By the way, I didn't know how to write software. I was, 17-year-old. I was just learning. I knew it was possible. So I came to Kathmandu. And in Kathmandu, to Putali Sarik Nazikai, Alpha Beta Institute went to.
Right. Yeah, I remember.
त्यहाँ मैले एकजनालाई चिनेको थिएँ. त्यहाँ गएँ अनि त्यहाँ चाहिँ एकजना इन्डियन सर हुनुहुन्थ्यो. He was a good Java developer, a .NET developer त्यति बेला. मैले उहाँलाई गएर यो आइडिया प्रेजेन्ट गरेँ. अनि मैले सोधेँ कति पैसा चार्ज गर्नुहुन्छ मलाई यो सफ्टवेयर बनाउनु. स्क्यान गर्न मिल्नु पर्यो. अनि डेटाबेस सिम्पल डेटाबेस, नथिङ कम्प्लिकेटेड. अनि फनी इनफ he said 50,000 रुपैयाँ. Right? And I was like, sure, let's do it. And I promised him 50,000 rupees, and he started doing what he does. And this, I went to buy computers, like at least duita computers, standard, all of that. And computer scanner, I think it took about 2 weeks for him to write the software, right? The software पनि भयो, install गरियो कम्प्युटरमा, त्यति बेला install गर्नुपर्छ दुईटै कम्प्युटरमा. अनि त्यसपछि I remember daddyको त्यो Toyota Hiluxमा पछाडि बसेर we went back to Dolakha to install it and everything. And yeah, it went live, right? Obviously, and we scanned all of the document, right? So I think that was my, you know what? The funny thing is, your story, मैले MTX सुरु नगरिन्जेलसम्म I had forgotten about it. Right. When I started MTX and I'm reflecting on my life, I was like, oh, maybe that was the start of it.
Exactly.
Right? In a weird way, right? So that was my childhood, pretty long story, right? But it inspires me. That memory inspires me more than anything else because the real problem to the citizens, right? Like I'm here, बुढो मान्छे आउनुहुन्छ, कहाँ गाउँबाट हिँड्दै हिँड्दै आउनुहुन्छ, त्यो जग्गाबाट डकुमेन्ट खोज्नलाई 2 दिन लाग्छ, अनि they have to stay in a hotel or whatever, बाहिर सुत्न पर्छ, के हुन्छ. Simple things, right? Even of Australia, US government, but there are simple things that we haven't done technology-wise, adoption-wise, where banks and private sector has gone leaps and bounds forward, right? And being able to solve those simple problems, right, takes it a long, long way, and it gives me joy to do it every day, every Monday morning, every Tuesday morning, every Wednesday morning, right? Like the fact that we're solving those problems gives me joy over anything else.
No, I love this story, Sitipsi. What I also really like is, that's some scenario that so many of us have faced, right? Especially, Nepal, we've all seen it and we've all complained about it, okay? But I think what differentiates you, and I think what differentiates entrepreneurs, is they look at these pain points and say, okay, I can fix it, okay? Even if you sort of were the facilitator, you weren't the one coding in a way, right? But still, kid, I think that's interesting, kid, right? In terms of it's a very different way of thinking about stuff, and I love that was the beginning of everything you are, Aile.
No, I agree, and I don't think it was intentional, Preeti. I never thought. First of all, I never thought I was that smart, right? I was just a regular kid, right? And second thing is, it was not intentionally you're smart काम गर्छु. Just I think life happens in so many ways, right? Like you're a spark भयो, and let's do it भन्यो, and त्यसपछि के हुन्छ थाहा छैन. Future is uncertain most of the time, but you kind of want to do it, right? अनि त्यसले गर्दा चाहिँ I think I don't want to say I don't want to separate myself away from all of us by in any ways at all, right? Because it's not different, right? It's just I'm lucky to be in a position. I was lucky to be a chora of CDO, right? When all the मान्छेलाई पनि कति ideas आयो होला, तर the resources, the opportunity to present that to a CDO wasn't there, right? And अनि त्यति बेला म lucky थिएँ. मेरो daddy हुनुहुन्थ्यो, I could just go and blurt it out, right? That. अनि अहिले पनि I got lucky, right? So, and then I'm in a position because first of all, intentional was alikati, तर I got lucky, and then I've surrounded myself with a great group of people who do outstanding job, and I reap the benefits of it, basically.
Of course. That what I've learned is the people that work the hardest and the people that make it happen, they also tend to be the most humble, and they sort of give a lot of credit to luck. Tara, thank you for sharing that.